You using a typewriter?
Yep. So I type my show notes.
On a typewriter.
Typewriter.
How about that?
That's my mouse.
Cool. All right.
And by mouse, I mean I bought a pet
Keyboard.
mouse.
Oh, and he uses a typewriter.
Right. All right. I'm ready to hit record whenever you are.
All right.
3, 2, 1, record. Testing.
Oh,
testing.
Hang on. I got the wrong microphone picked. Sorry.
All right.
All right. Let's try that again.
Hold on. Undo record. All right. 3, 2, 1, record.
Okay.
Testing. All right.
Testing. All right. Let me get a drink and I'll bring us in. Hey, Justin.
What's up, man?
Why was the chipmunk late for work?
I don't know.
Because traffic was nuts.
Ugh. That was great. I hope there's only more chipmunk jokes to go along with those.
There's more.
Great. So we're Chippendale. They were chipmunks, I guess. Not squirrels.
Yeah, I think they were chipmunks. What's the difference, anyways? One of them's got a stripe down its back, and it's smaller. The chipmunk's smaller, I think.
One is considered cuter, I guess. The squirrels are the ugly cousins to the chipmunk.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would call that subjective.
Well, that's true. That's true. But you never hear somebody like, it's always, with cute characters and with cartoons, it's always chipmunk, never squirrel.
Right.
So.
That's true, I guess. So, before we get started talking about Chippendale Rescue Rangers, a Patreon pick by Mandy. Can't pronounce her last name, so I'm not even going to try, but thank you for that Patreon pick. But before we get started that, I got a story about my dog. Since we're talking about small little rodents. Right? Okay. She's a squirrel dog. She likes squirrels. She likes rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
The whole 9 yards. Anything that's a rodent. Because she's part Chihuahua, I guess. That's probably why. She doesn't like birds. She don't care for birds.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're out in the yard, sitting under the swing. We have a swing under the tree, just kind of lounging at my in-laws' house, actually. And we're just sitting there, and Teeter's roaming in the yard. They got a fence, so we just let her roam around. And next thing I know, I hear Amber just cry bloody murder. I mean, this is like the most blood-curdling scream, I think, that I have ever heard her let out. And I turned to look to see what she's screaming about, right? Because I'm like, oh, no. There's like a hawk that swooped down and grabbed Teeter.
Right.
I thought the worst. So I turn around, and Teeter has a little baby rabbit pinned to the ground and is like, I don't even know what she's doing. I guess she's going to try to eat it, but she wasn't. I think she was just playing with it.
Well, I've got a similar story that doesn't have as happy of an ending. So when we lived up at in Tazewell, we were selling a headboard, and a lady came and got it. And Birdie, we lived kind of where there was just kind of a bunch of land and stuff, so we didn't really ever have Birdie in a fence or anything. She stayed around the house. And so we were all outside, including Leah, who was like 4 at the time. And here comes Birdie just hopping along with a baby rabbit in her mouth, just flopping around. And obviously the baby rabbit had met its demise. And it was just hilarious because here's somebody we don't know who's at our house. Here's my little, daughter who I don't know really how she'll react. And here comes my dog with a fresh kill in her mouth. And so, but it turned out fairly well because
you didn't have to feed her supper.
Well, I took the rabbit and put it in a trash can, and told Leah that it was that the next morning the rabbit was gone, so it must have come back to life. So it was funny because I think that she then thought that things came back to life because there was another instance where something was dead, and she's like, "Well, could we just put it in the trash can and it'd come back to life like the rabbit or something?" So it was a cute little.
That's funny.
And then my dog this past week, just a fresh story, got sprayed by a skunk.
Awesome.
Second time she's been sprayed. So we were down there fishing, on my grandfather's dock that we used to go fish on, camp out at, and
in an area known as Polecat, believe it or not.
Yeah. And she saw. I forgot about that. She took off running after something, and then I saw, like 100 yards away, a skunk, and I was screaming. Felicia was screaming, and didn't even slow her down. And she actually bit the skunk, and then the skunk sprayed her.
That's what happens when you get that taste for blood,
That's right. She's a killer now. She's a killer.
She's a cold-blooded killer.
So anyway, we're talking about Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
How about that? Shall I lighten the mood?
Yeah.
With a little joke.
Okay.
What do you call a monkey that sells potato chips?
A chipmunk?
Yeah, a chipmunk.
Oh, man, that's pretty good. Pretty good.
Hey, the chipmunks, they're chipmunks, right? Also, do they ever hang out with Chip and Dale? Like the chipmunks that sing in the high-pitched voices? I guess they're normal voices for them.
I don't know if they hang out. I don't know if there was ever a crossover episode. Because Disney does Chip and Dale, right? And, you know how Disney is with their own characters and crossovers and stuff.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, let me lighten the mood a little bit more, and then we'll move on. Now that we've gotten about 7 minutes deep into the episode, I'll go one a little more on the fringe of family friendly here. Okay. Why do chipmunks swim on their back?
Why?
To keep their nuts dry.
Well, they're carrying them.
They're carrying
them.
Hands,
so, they have to lay on their back, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, as briefly mentioned earlier, this one is a Patreon pick from Mandy DeChunka. I shouldn't have even tried. I think DeChuna. I don't know.
Close enough.
Okay. Well, she'll probably just stop. Should have stopped with her Patreon donations.
Right.
Totally butchered her name. But
and me saying close enough. That's what people love about when you put it.
That's up the last name, and then you're like, yeah, it's close enough, right?
Yeah. People just love that. So, okay. Yeah.
So you got some history for us?
I do. So, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Disney, obviously, but it was developed by Capcom and with the designer Mariyoshi Kirikawa. Now, that name may sound a little familiar because he was involved in, wrong name. That guy was the developer, but the producer, Tokura Fujiwara, is the familiar name, as he has worked on Mega Man 2 and Ghosts and Goblins.
They may have been familiar to me. You don't know.
Well, maybe.
They may have all been pretty familiar.
Yeah.
They weren't, but...
Well, Tokura Fujiwara was the producer of this game. Well, I'm doing good today.
It's early.
Yeah, that's true. And he'd also done those other games, so may explain why this game was pretty good, as we'll talk about in the gameplay discussion. But this was the second Capcom developed Disney game after the 1989 DuckTales for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And according to the
This was only the second one?
only the second Disney game
Oh. Well, yeah. But still.
by Capcom. Yeah. And it was released in June of 1990. So this is even later in the life of the NES. And then Darlene Lacey, who was the game producer at Disney at the time, said that this was one of the least troublesome Capcom projects to meet the company's family-friendly ethics standards and required very few changes once during development. So it kind of makes me wonder, in the other Disney games, what was going on that Capcom threw in there that they had to take out. You know?
Well, the only other one was DuckTales, right?
DuckTales at the time, but this is retrospective, so he may have been talking about others at the time,
so
too.
all the Disney games up to the point that he was talking, they had trouble with keeping it family-friendly?
Yeah, Capcom like to throw in some maybe some unfamily-friendly cutscenes or something. I don't know. But the Japanese and European versions of the game contain fixes to minor graphical glitches during the opening scene and the North American release, which I don't know really what those were. But a leaked prototype cartridge came out, and a private collector got it, and in this prototype, you only had to collect half as many flowers and stars to gain extra lives. So, but the original amounts, which are the half amounts, are erroneously printed in the manual, in the North American version. So the manual lies to you in this game a little bit.
Really? Well, then we better not read it today.
It was a commercial success, sold 1.2 million copies worldwide, and has remained one of the NES favorites. It was by Nintendo Power, their 79th of their top 100, and IGN, the 71st of their top 100. So, remains pretty well liked. And they had a sequel for the NES in 1993, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2. But anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't played that one. I'm anxious to play it whenever the time comes.
Yeah, by this time, by 1993, you've already got Super Nintendo full swing. Or I guess, maybe not full swing, but it's out. So,
yeah.
Which is interesting. We've never actually discussed that. When the Super Nintendo came out, they still continued to make NES games. You know, that's kind of taboo now. You know, usually when the new system's out, it's like, done.
Yeah,
with the
I
old
feel like
system.
That's taboo for everyone except for Nintendo. Nintendo, I feel like they do that sort of thing.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know.
What you gotta do? Yeah. All right. Did you have this game or go on some big quest?
I had this game, but let me real quick. Did I ever tell you about the I don't know why your little thing reminded me of this. Did I ever tell you about that TV show, The Detour?
No.
Oh man, it's so good. It's off air now. It's the first season's over, but it was a show that came on TBS, and it was hilarious. It was kind of like the Vacation movie, but a TV show.
Oh really?
Yeah, but it was hilarious. And there's just the reason it reminded me is there's just one part where they get in like rural Pennsylvania, and there's like a redneck guy, and he's like, "What you doing there? What you doing there?" And for some reason, you kind of sounded pretty redneck when you said,
"Oh God, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
Anyways, so yes, I did have this game as a Chad.
As a Chad? What did you use your name, Chad?
Yeah, back when I was a Chad. I changed it to Michael about age 13.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
No, I was trying to say Chad.
Okay.
Child. Chilled.
Well, uh, speaking of rural Pennsylvania,
Okay.
went to Taco Plains the other day just to, kind of mess around. They have got the
Why?
lake and stuff. Well,
Oh, the lake. Okay.
Cherokee National Forest and stuff.
Okay.
And as we were leaving Bald River Falls, which Bald River Falls is over there, we were behind some Amish people and horse and buggy. So,
Sweet.
yeah, it was kind of interesting. I guess there is Amish in the Taco Plains area. So,
Really? I didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah,
I'll have to ask. We have a friend that lives up there. I have to ask her
yeah,
if she knows him.
yeah. She knows them. Talks on the phone all the time. So fun.
No, she has to. She has to go visit them. You know.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Back on track. The game. I got it when I was a kid. I don't remember what age. I guess I'd have to been 5 or later, but I really don't remember how I got it. I just remember playing it. I think what happened was, and this is me just kind of reaching way back into the depths. I think I rented it a lot from Pick a Flick when I was a
Hmm.
kid, and I
Hmm.
think my parents or my grandparents or somebody just noticed that I rented it all the time, and then just
Hmm.
eventually bought it for me.
Hmm.
I think that's probably the scoop on that one.
Yeah.
They're economical people. They realized that he's either going to keep renting this game over and over again, or we just save money and buy it for him. Little did they know, and I've said this before, I'm not sure why they never figured it out, because they did this a couple of times where they'd buy me a game that I rented a lot, thinking that it would keep me from renting games. Little did they know, it just meant I would rent a different game.
We're in a different game. Right. Right.
So,
So, yeah, just opened up your coffers to uh, rent more games.
that's right. Did you ever have this game when you was a kid?
I did. I had this one as well as DuckTales, which is really the only two Disney games that I have. So, um,
Yeah, these were the two Disney games that I had too,
yeah,
DuckTales and Chip and Dale. I didn't have any of the other ones.
yeah. So I did have this one. Played it quite a bit. I don't remember playing it as much as DuckTales, uh, which we'll talk about the gameplay as far as which one is the better one.
I
But,
played this one. I played this one more than DuckTales myself.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Were you a bigger Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers fan?
I was actually. Yeah, I like the show better than DuckTales.
Yeah,
Were you the other way?
probably. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But I just
Did
did.
you
I just remember
did you
playing
like
DuckTales more. I think I
did you
liked
like
the
Chip or Dale better?
Dale.
Dale. See, I like Chip better when I was a kid. I like Dale better now.
Yeah. Um,
I was a very serious child, I think. Not so serious as an adult.
right. You kind of flipped it. Um, but I think I like the DuckTales game music better, which is why I played DuckTales
Yeah,
more.
yeah. I we could talk about that when we get to the music, but I think I
Yeah.
may agree with you there. Maybe.
Hmm. Okay, well, let's talk about the game.
Sweet. So you had it as a child. Do you
Hmm.
remember? I hate this child word is good. You had it as a kid. Uh, you had it when you were younger.
Or
What was
baby
it
goat.
like? What was it like when you were playing it as a baby goat?
Well, as a baby goat, I would have to say that it was harder, more difficult. Uh, I felt like it was a pretty tough game, and then going back to it, it didn't feel as difficult as it was. Um, and I think that I felt that way about a lot of games. Of course, most people do, uh, Ducktales included. But I really liked it though. So
Yeah, it's actually a really easy game in the beginning, and it gets a little bit more difficult near the end.
right, right,
But it's still in the realm of NES games. It's definitely one of the easier ones.
yeah,
It also
yeah.
gets a little bit harder if you try to do co-op, which is a huge deal. There's two-player on-screen co-op that's actually really fun to play.
I've
I don't know.
never,
Did you ever get
I've never
it?
done it. Never done it.
Oh man, you have
Yeah,
to come over and what to do it because it's a
yeah,
lot of fun.
yeah.
It's probably I don't want to just outright say it, but it could be in top 5 co-op games on the
Oh, really?
NES. It is a lot of fun because you're both on the screen at the same time, and you can like throw the fruit at each other and knock each other out, and like the whole game's pretty fast. You know, the game's fast, so it's like there's lots of two little chipmunks running around like crazy.
Well,
And the
yeah, it's
characters
gotta
are
be a
distinct enough that you can tell each other apart. It's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be fast. I mean, it's chipmunks. Chipmunks
Right.
are fast, right?
Yeah, they're fast,
Right.
pretty fast. Well, they look fast because they're so small. They may actually not be that fast.
Yeah, that's true. Well, uh, and I like the aspects that you pick up apples and they're like 3 times your size because you're a
Right.
chipmunk.
Right.
And the little wooden crates, I don't know where they get little wooden crates for little
I don't know.
chipmunks.
They're little tiny itty bitty wooden crates.
Maybe they're like building blocks or something, like like a kid's toy.
Like Legos, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's cute because you can pick them up and then you can get down inside them and their
Yeah.
little eyes blinking.
Yeah.
It's cute, so cute. This game's just so cute. Hey, wait! Before we get too deep into the discussion, I've got 2 things. All right.
Okay.
One is another joke.
Okay. Good. Good.
What do you call 144 chipmunks in a box?
What?
Gross.
Nice. Nice. That's pretty good. I like that one.
All right. Now I've also got something else here.
Is that a bull on your shirt?
Yeah. It's Thorny's Steakhouse and Saloon.
Where is
been there?
that? No.
I think it's in Myrtle Beach, maybe?
Wow.
I don't know. It probably says on the back.
It's been a million years since I've been to Myrtle Beach. I last time last time I went was like when we graduated high school. So that was what, 13 years ago.
Boy, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Bad memories from that one.
No, it was pretty fun. We'll get into that on a Patreon episode.
I was about to say, I was just thinking, didn't you get a nickname during that thing? And
Yeah,
some other
yeah.
things happened. So yeah, okay. We'll wait till Patreon episode for that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got a manual.
All right.
All right. So first thing, an ad for the Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, a game that I've never played.
Me neither. We will 1 point.
What?
I said we will at 1 point is what it was
Oh.
supposed to say. And I think I kind of slurred it all together. We will 1 point.
It sounded to me like, never mind. I won't tell you what it sounded like to me.
All right.
A special message from Joe Morishi, the vice president of Capcom.
Sweet.
You know, normally you get a special message from Captain Commando.
Captain Commando, right. Where's he at?
But for this game, they want you to get a message from their vice president.
Yeah.
Thank you for selecting Disney's Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, one of our exclusive family of computer home video games. We at Capcom are proud to bring you this exciting, action-packed adventure game for your Nintendo Entertainment System. Rescue Rangers, created by Capcom, a premier worldwide arcade game designer, features colorful, state-of-the-art, high-resolution graphics. We hope you enjoy this new addition to your video game library.
Very truly yours.
Yep. Very true. That does sound like something that would come from a vice president, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I miss Captain Commando already.
I do too.
And then they
Joe,
also,
you're out.
yeah, Joe, we need Captain Commando. They also try to give you a little, he also tries to warn you about what type of TV to use.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to tell me what type of TV to use. If I want to use a rear projection with my NES and risk image retention, I'm going to do it.
Or even I'll use black and white if I want to, Joe. I don't need your help.
Yeah, I don't need your colorful, state-of-the-art, high-resolution graphics if I don't want them.
Right. If I make a mistake and regret it, it's on me. Not. And I also don't like Joe because his J is clearly backwards in his signature.
Yeah, it looks like a C.
Yeah. Looks like
What's up with
Co.
that?
Mauricio. Yeah.
I'd fire that guy if
Yeah,
I
he's
was
gone.
Capcom.
He's gone. Captain Commando has to be the president, right?
I'm guessing he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, did
So
he just get too busy or
I
something?
guess maybe he was. He was on a trip or something.
He went to the. He's visiting the Hamptons or something.
Hmm. Hmm.
Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Hey, nice little logo. I like that. Which I'm pretty sure Sonic the Hedgehog stole the Chippendale Rescue Rangers logo.
I think he did. Now that you say that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Let's take that up with the Genesis gems.
Yeah.
Nice. No, never mind. I'm not talking to them.
Yeah. Let's just not talk to them.
Yeah. All right.
Well, there's really no story. They don't get. Oh, there. Here it is. Here it is. Sorry. The Rescue Rangers have been assembled once again to help a friend in need. Their neighbor, Mandy, has lost her kitten. The
Hey.
Patreon Mandy?
Yeah,
Is that what,
exactly.
are we playing this game to try to rescue Mandy's kitten?
I think so.
Huh. So their neighbor, Mandy, has lost their kitten, and she doesn't know where to begin looking. There have been some unusual sightings in town of mechanical bulldogs and robotic cats. Can the Rescue Rangers' enemy, Fat Cat, be up to his old tricks again? Old Fat Cat.
Why are fat cats viewed as the bad thing? Like when they talk about Wall Street, they're like, "Oh, the fat cats up there in Wall Street,
I don't
taking
know.
up all the money." I like a big fat cat, actually.
Well, maybe they're not saying bad things about Wall Street. Maybe they're just saying all those cute little fat cats up there in Wall Street getting all the money, waiting on some petting and loving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, really, fat cats are lazy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's a bad. It's really just a bad analogy to use all the time.
It really is. Let's leave the fat cats out of this.
Yeah. What did the fat cats ever do to you
Right.
besides ignore you and lick themselves?
Right.
All right. So Chip and Dale, they have friends, you know. That's another
Mhm.
cool thing about this game is you can open up boxes of your friends and get them to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Gadget scouts ahead and leaves inventions and clues to help the Rescue Rangers. Monterey Jack, or Monty, helps Chip and Dale find secret doors and pathways. And Zipper, he makes you invincible, basically.
Yeah.
So, did you do you remember watching Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers? Did Zipper talk? He didn't talk, did he? He just went.
Uh-uh.
He just made a zzz noise, right?
Right.
And Chip and Dale were both infatuated with Gadget.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, look at her.
Yeah.
It's funny to me that Chip and Dale are chipmunks. Monterey Jack and Gadget are both mice, I suppose, but they get along.
Yeah, I guess so. They're mice or rats.
Oh,
Maybe Gadget's a mouse and Monterey Jack's a rat. Monterey Jack looks a little bigger.
I see. What's the difference between a rat and a mouse? Just the size.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like a chipmunk and a squirrel.
yeah, pretty much. But I'm going to draw your attention to page 11.
Yeah.
Uh,
You like how I left that like that?
why did what they didn't choose the word dynamite there?
Or bomb,
Yeah, they went with black balls.
black balls. Player must throw these quickly.
All right.
I think
Good to know.
I think there's a hashtag in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. Acorns.
Acorns, crates, steel boxes,
Mm-hmm.
and apples, of course, that they didn't mention there. Let's look at some of these enemies that you fight in the game. Now, that was something else that I really liked about this game is the boss fights were pretty cool, if you ask me.
What was interesting, you get a ball to throw at them.
Yeah, it's like the whole game changes up during a boss fight.
Mm-hmm.
You throw a little red ball at them.
It becomes a game of dodgeball.
Yeah, kind of,
It really does.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
There are lots of everything's based on some sort of rodent or bug.
Right.
or just a small animal. There's mechanical bulldogs and robotic rats.
Mm-hmm.
There's a buzzer, which is just a bee trying to sting you,
Mm-hmm.
which they say it's a bee, but I think it's more of a wasp because when it stings you, it can sting you repeatedly. It can continue to sting you.
Right.
Bees typically don't do that.
Right. They get one shot.
Yeah, they get one shot. Once they get in, they're not getting back out.
Right.
Let's see. There's a mouse. There's a kangaroo who plays tennis. Now that's a good idea for a character.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A kangaroo with a tennis racket and balls in its pouch. Tennis
I
balls in
like
its
it.
pouch.
I
think
like
that's
it.
pretty cool.
What about Popper Mouse that shoots party favor poppers at you?
Watch out for his party favors. That doesn't really sound all that bad to me.
No, no, it doesn't. It's just confetti. All
There's
right.
a rhinoceros.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look out for this charging brute. Now, he's not really to scale in this game, I don't think.
No, he would actually just crush the chipmunks if he was to scale.
He probably wouldn't even see the chipmunks.
Right.
Probably just walk right over top of them.
Right. It's miniature rhinos.
Yeah. Now, Wart, the nasty lizard that throws his hat, he's one of the characters late in the game, and he is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
There are parts where you have to jump gaps and stuff, and he throws his hat.
Yeah.
Pretty annoying. All right. That's pretty good. You
Yeah.
can also join the Capcom Craze Club if you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You get to pick a poster.
Yeah. Send your money order or check for $3.95 with this coupon. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. You should send it and see if they send one now.
Yeah, I doubt that would happen. Hey, did I ever tell you the story about the first time I paid a COD for something?
No.
Delivery? Okay, this will be a good story. So I don't remember how old I was, probably 13 or 14 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I ordered something. Oh, we're done with the manual, by the way, I think. So I ordered something COD, which is, I knew meant cash on delivery, right?
Right.
I knew what COD meant. I didn't
How
know
old
how
were
it
you at
worked.
the time?
13, 14, something like that.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't know how it worked, but I knew what it meant. So
Okay.
I ordered, I think it was a paintball gun or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had my cash ready for the UBS guy to bring me the gun, right?
Right.
I had my cash on delivery,
Right.
cash ready to hand the UPS guy. He shows up and he's like, well, I'm signing for it and everything. He's like, okay, so where you get your money order or check? And I was like, no, I thought this was cash on delivery. He's like, no, you can't pay with cash.
Oh man.
I was like, what do you mean I can't pay with cash? It's cash on delivery. But
it's a misnomer.
yeah, they need to rename it to like money order on delivery.
Well, I'm assuming that used to, they probably took cash, but obviously that's a risky endeavor. You don't want a UPS man traveling
Whole bunch of
around
cash.
with a lot of cash. So
Yeah. So, anyways, he was nice enough to go the rest of the way around make the rest of his rounds, and come back to me. So in the meantime, I went and got a money order. Now here's the one thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Why did my parents tell me that it's not actually cash on delivery?
Setting you up for failure.
I think so.
They're like,
They
oh
were.
man, this is going to be hilarious. He's going to hand this guy's cash. He's going to throw it back at him. Can't wait to see this.
My parents are so mean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what do you think? Give me the rundown of what you think of this game.
Well,
and feel free to compare it to DuckTales if you want to. You don't have to, but you mentioned kind of want to.
Well, the controls are great, which I think you kind of expect from a game coming from Capcom. And it feels a lot like DuckTales at times. I feel like the character movements, and obviously you're going to see a lot of overlap in the NES games that are made by the same developer, especially when they're so similar on cartoon characters like DuckTales and Chip and Dale's. But overall, this game is a real fun game. I think it's one of those games that you can plop in at any time. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to invest. Um, the level design is pretty cool. I really especially like the level where you have to go and turn off all the water spigots and to
Yeah,
get
that's really cool.
through the level. I like that they used gadget as the or not gadget, zipper as the invincibility.
Hmm.
I thought that was a pretty nice touch. Instead of just making it invincibility, it's actually just gadget beating off all the
Right.
uh, um, uh, bad guys. So, um, but yeah. So, what did you think?
Well, I love this game. I think it's a little on the easy side, right? So
Hmm.
it's got that against it, I suppose, but or for it. If you want to just sit down and relax,
Yeah.
this game is really good for that because you don't have to. You're not really all that stressed about it,
Hmm.
about
Hmm.
trying to beat it or whatever. Because it's really not that difficult. I agree with you on the level design though. I think this game has some of the best level design on the NES, really,
Hmm.
because every level is a little bit unique. There's not just unique in the way it looks, but unique in the way like the things that you do in the level, like you're talking about the water spigots, or like even the first level, you go left to right, right,
Right.
right, right.
You're kind of climbing, I guess.
You go left to right, but then you go up, and then you go
Yeah.
right again. So it's kind of like you're not doing the same thing left to right the whole time.
Hmm. Right.
And there are some levels where it's nothing but climbing, right? I believe, or maybe I can't think off the top of my head, but
Yeah. No, there
there's
is.
every level just is unique, and there's a different challenge in each
Yeah.
level.
And sometimes it's like I think that the cartoon, if it when they make a game off of a straight cartoon, it makes it a little easier for the graphics to look good because you're just making a cartoon, right?
Right.
You're not having to make it try to look realistic like a human being or whatever. But the graphics were really good uh, in that aspect. I mean, in parts, it really almost looked like the cartoon characters, the sprites of the chipmunks was like the detail in such a small sprite is pretty impressive to me. So,
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think the graphics in this game are, again, I mean, they're not doing anything that just blows you away spectacular as far as uniqueness or anything, but they're perfect for the game, and like the characters are super detailed. Bad guys, good guys, everybody's super detailed. The environments are crazy cool. I love the all the different environments that you get into. Um,
hmm,
the like the colors. There's so many colors. You know,
it's very colorful. It's very colorful.
there's a lot of colors going on.
Yeah. Um, I'm just kind of looking at some screenshots just to uh, refresh my memory. So the first level is the one where you're basically climbing on the fence, right, and going up and down the pipes.
Uh-huh.
The robotic dogs was pretty. I mean, even the bad guys have such good sprite. Uh, the sprites are so good. It's very impressive.
Yeah, they really don't like. A lot of times you would see that in NES they would make the main character detailed,
Mm-hmm.
and they would cut corners with the sprites. Right, that's where they would save their memory or whatever,
Right.
or their time. But in this game, I mean, even the enemies are pretty well detailed. I mean, really detailed.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up a picture here. Uh, this is the library level, and this is our kangaroo characters, and just the detail of the kangaroo, the tennis racket, um, the different colors on the kangaroo, and of course you got uh, Chip there, but it's just really good detail. So,
I definitely agree. The only thing I would say, and maybe I just don't know, I didn't know how to do this. The only thing that bothered me about the game, this is not graphics, by the way. This is just something that popped in my head. is when you play a single player, I don't remember if I was able to choose between Chip or Dale.
You are at the very beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I was just in a hurry to play that
Yeah.
I missed that. So you do get to choose. If you want to play single player, you can play as Dale only.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, sweet.
Yeah. You probably just got to the. It's on the start screen. You can go.
So it's like right after you pick. Oh yeah, I remember now. You pick one
Yeah.
player, and then it says Chip or Dale. I got you.
Right.
But if I don't think you can, maybe what I'm thinking is when you play two player, I don't think you can flip flop them. Like I'm a bit obsessive about being player one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But
player one has to be Chip.
I think so.
Yeah.
And
okay.
So even if I wanted to be Dale, I think I would have to be Chip just because I need to be player one. At least in my house.
Right. Okay. House rules.
House rules is I get the first controller.
What about the music?
I thought the music was really, really well done. I think the theme song is spot on. Mm-hmm. Like I've had it running through my head all week playing the game. Mm-hmm. Like even when I'm not playing the game, I've had that song running through my head.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that it matches the game really, really well. And the fact that it does, talking about the cartoon look to it, the music also matches that.
Yeah.
Like I said, if I'm comparing the two, which I'm not sure you should, but if I'm comparing the two, DuckTales, I like the music better to DuckTales than this game. So.
I think they're about on equal ground for me if we're going to compare them. I think both nailed the theme songs. What are you sharing here?
It's the end screen of the game, but this guy's pretty excited that he beat it.
Yeah, he is pretty excited.
So, anyway, but go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your thought.
Okay.
That was.
I think the music is on par with DuckTales.
Okay.
I know some people, DuckTales has certain themes like the moon theme or something that people just go gaga over. Mm-hmm. I like the moon theme. I think it's really good, but I think the songs in this game are on par with it. I would not put them in the listen to outside of playing the game category.
Yeah, not Mega Man version.
No. I would put them in the matches perfectly because they're so cartoony. The game's so cartoony. The music's so cartoony. The sound effects are really cartoony too. Like, I don't know how they made some of the sound effects. Like I guess it's when you step on electricity, it makes like a zapping noise or something. Almost like a spring or something. I don't know. I don't really know. It's like,
and not just the music and the looks of the cartoony, but like the cartoon-ish way that the bad guys. I think somebody said this commented this on the. We'll read the comments later on the Facebook group, so I'm not stealing their idea, but they're. How the characters kind of fly off the screen.
Yeah.
The stars around their head when they get hit on the head. Kind of thing that are just quintessential cartoon.
Yeah, this game nailed being a cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, anyway.
All right. So let's see. We talked about the graphics. We talked about the music. We talked about our thoughts about the game. You want to get into some is it worth it stuff?
Sure. So on Amazon, used, it's running about $15. And there's one new and box sealed, because I know there's some questionable things about that, but it's $400. But so about $15 if you want to play this game.
Okay. It may be a little less if you're on eBay instead of Amazon, but still probably about $15.
Yeah.
I think it's totally worth it. I love this game. I think it's like a perfect Capcom Disney game. If you're tired of playing DuckTales and you want some more of that, then I would get this game.
I think it goes to show how well people like this game. Um, that it's still $15 when, like I said earlier, 1.2 million copies were sold. There's a lot of copies of this game out there, and it's still pretty expensive as far as NES games. It's not like a $5 game, you know.
Yeah, that's
So
kind
that
of a
means
telltale sign, right?
people are hanging on to it. It's not, yeah, or people are getting more money for it when they're getting rid of it.
This game almost it's $15, right? Well, if you look at games these days, indie games or whatever that you can buy on your Xbox, um, that's about what they go for, $15. Like just a small indie game on the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I would put this game up there with those games as far as fun factor and quality. So paying $15 for this game is not
Right.
not out of the ordinary. I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Sweet. I love it when we can agree.
Yeah. Get it.
Speaking of agreeing, before we get into the retro trivia trophies, I wanted to reiterate how awesome this game is, 2-player co-op.
Oh yeah.
One more time.
Yeah.
One more time. Because we didn't really I don't remember if we discussed it before we talked about it, but
yeah.
I played it as a kid, 2-player co-op all the time. I played it as I got older, 2-player co-op, and I had all slapper bags over maybe about 6 months ago when we played 2-player co-op on it.
Sweet.
Because we were wanting to play co-op games, and I said, well, the best co-op game to play is Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
So we played it. It's fun.
Get those slapper bags.
Yep. All right, now we can move on to retrofit trophies now, if you want to.
All right. I just came up with 2.
Okay.
How many did you come up with?
1, but I can maybe think of another one
Okay.
by the time we get to
All right.
the end.
My first one is okay, but I'm going to head boop it anyway. And that is save the kitten only to find out that it was just a decoy. We didn't talk about that in the gameplay, but the kitten part is just a decoy so that you don't realize he's actually kidnapped Gadget.
Yeah. Well, he kidnaps her. He kidnaps Gadget about halfway through the game. That's another thing. There's cutscenes and stuff to give you some story and lay out the story that are really cool in this game.
Right.
And about halfway through, he kidnaps Gadget.
Yeah.
Or maybe early. Maybe a lot earlier than halfway.
But I think it's a little earlier, but I think my cat's snoring. By the way.
Fat cat.
Yeah. No, she's not a fat cat though. She's snoring.
Small cat.
But yeah, so I'm gonna head boop it anyway. You're gonna head boop that kitten.
Yeah. even if it's fake. What is it? What is this head boop?
Where you just kind of put your head down in the cat.
Right.
Oh, this cat won't let me do it.
Oh.
See him? Can you see him sitting there?
Yeah, I see him. He don't like the head boop.
He doesn't do it.
No.
But my wife's bringing this one over. This one, Minnie. She'll head boop. Here we go.
Oh.
Just gonna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's really sweet.
Yeah. Great pod here.
Yeah, it's a great pod. I hope you're watching this live. Otherwise, you're definitely not getting any of this.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I like to headbutt my dog. Does that count?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I've got one called Fat Cat Foiled Again. That is Beat the Game. That's my one really lame trophy that I came up with.
My next one is okay. Now I'm gonna make a pillow, and that is beat the owl boss because he's dropping all the feathers.
Okay, yeah, that's good. All right, I'm gonna come up with another one.
Okay.
Jimmy Buffett, Eat Your Heart Out. That is Beat the Game as Dale.
Like it.
And for that matter, Indiana Jones, Eat Your Heart Out.
Oh, Beat the Game is too. Train.
You are really close to that train.
Yeah, we are.
God. I don't know if we have enough time for it to get to me. Is it going towards me?
Yeah, it actually is going toward you.
We'll see what happens. We'll see if it gets to me before we end the show.
Yeah. It's moving pretty good, so it might.
Okay. Anyway, so Indiana Jones each heart out. So I got 3 trophies. That's beat it is Chip.
All right, sweet. I like it. I like this. How are we gonna rate this game?
That's a
A
good
small
question.
rodent?
Sure, we can do a small rodent. That's a little too spot on, probably, but
Yeah, that's too spot on. That's not good. Uh, how about hmm, a type of monk?
a type of monk.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a Tibetan monk. No, I'm gonna go with a Himalayan monk because they're the ones that you have to go and like get blessings from before you climb Everest. And that's kind of like the best monk, if you ask me. I don't know if
The
they're
ones.
monks. They might not be monks. I don't know. I may be completely wrong, but I think they're monks.
Okay, so you were going with like uh location of monks. See, I thought you meant like Christian monk or
Oh,
Buddhist monk
but
or
you can go with that. You can go with that.
Shaolin monk.
You can go with that if you want.
You don't think we'll offend anyone?
No.
Okay. I'll go with the Shaolin monks then, because aren't those the one that are like no ninja or something?
Yeah, yeah. They know. They definitely are well versed in the martial arts.
Okay,
So.
I'm gonna go with them because I like this game and I think that's cool that monks know a bunch of kung fu
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
whatever martial art it is that they practice.
Yeah.
But they never use it. That's what's crazy. They just practice it for uh, meditation purposes or something.
Right. They're very peaceful. Very peaceful.
That's right. Hey, the Chip and Dale kind of remind me of those guys in the Sonic commercials. Have you seen those guys?
Yes, I love those guys.
Chip would be the calm, cool one, and then Dale would be uh, the idiotic one.
Ridiculous one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what they
I,
remind me of. On here, I'm going to share a screenshot here. This is probably this explains how awesome the co-op is just in one picture.
oh yes.
Of course, the one on the right is just somebody redrawing it, but
Right.
the left, you can pick each other up and throw each other.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
that is actually when I was a kid. When I was an older kid, I let Matthew play with me, and this was
Mhm.
kind of how I would help us get through the game because there were some jumps that Matthew couldn't figure out how to make. Matthew being my little brother, for those who don't know,
Yeah,
listening. But there were some jumps that he would have trouble to make. I would just pick him up and throw him across,
I like it.
and then do it myself. So
It is monks that you ask for your blessing to go on Everest. I had to make sure. Just went fact check
so what
myself.
happens? What happens if they don't let you?
Wrong book. Wrong book monastery. It's at 16,000 feet
So what happens
in
if
the
you climb all the
elevation.
way up there and they say no, you can't?
I don't think they do that.
Hey, have you heard? This is kind of morbid, but have you heard about Everest and I think it's called like Rainbow Valley or something like that?
Where all the bodies are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
And they call it Rainbow Valley because all the coats are different colors.
yeah. And then you've got green boot, which is actually used as a marker for how far you are. It's a dead body, and the guy's wearing green boots. They call him Green Boot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing you can do with those bodies. You can't bring them down.
Right.
So
All right. So I think
what?
we need something to lighten the mood again.
All right.
After that,
Yeah.
how do you catch a chipmunk with a Pamela Anderson fixation?
Oh no. Ow.
Climb a tree and act like a chestnut.
By the way, the reason that I'm on Everest right now
Uh,
is I watched that movie. It was on HBO. The new one. It's called
about
Everest.
Everest.
Yeah. It's about the pretty much the most tragic, one of the most tragic days on Everest in 1996, which I knew the story before, but I watched the movie the other day. So
A bunch of people die.
yeah, a bunch of very experienced people died. It wasn't like a bunch of knuckleheads or anything.
Mm.
So, anyway,
Okay, let me lighten the mood again.
get a joke.
Jeez.
I just wanted to do that because I wanted another joke.
Okay, why did the chipmunk visit the psychiatrist?
Why?
Because he realized he is what he eats. Nuts.
I like it. All right, how about some feedback?
Yes, we have lots of telephone calls. You want to do those first?
Sure.
We got like 7 calls.
I'm
People are
excited.
really. I'll tell you why. Well, you'll probably be able to figure out why after this first one. But
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
here we go. This is good. It's good podcasting. I love it when
Great.
it seems like every episode I try this and
Yeah.
it never works. First time I try it, never. I always have my volume down or I have it like on mute or something. Here we go. Let's try it again.
So I had to try the phone thing on your webpage. It works. So I know that. Greetings from Norway. This is Vicky. Goodbye.
They
From
say
Norway.
Greetings from Norway?
Yeah.
Sweet. Fans
Thank
in
you.
Norway. Norwegian
Thank you for
fans.
that call.
Yeah.
The very first one to check our website is from Norway.
I love it.
So it works in Norway.
All right.
Nice. Here we go.
Hey, 2 dudes. This is Chris Vanderhoff. And I called you from the mobile site. Clicked on the little phone and went right to my keypad. Click call and look where I'm at. 2 dudes in there. I must say though, on the Rambo episode, I'm very disappointed. There was no tangent, so there cannot be any Hulk smash on the Facebook page. I am very disappointed in that. Another note though, you guys should play Casino Kid. I love that when I was a kid. You play blackjack, 5-card stud, 7-card stud, but it's kind of RPG like. You're in the casino, you talk to people, gotta find the right person, gotta beat that person, then you can play the next higher up person. Another game you should try is Sunday Fun Day. Heard it's really awesome. Religious version of Menace Beach, but I heard this cool dude that is selling a bunch of them on 2 Dude Traders on the Facebook group, and you really should go check that out. 2 Dudes Trader on the Facebook group, and check out what everyone has for sale and for trade. That's it. I'm out. I like the podcast. Keep it up. Talk to you later. Bye.
I want to say the reason that we didn't have Tangent Talk on Rambo is we were planning to record a Patreon episode.
Yep.
So we wanted to save them all. And then the Patreon episode only ended up being 15 minutes long because my internet crapped out. So, yeah.
Yeah. So we saved all our tangent talk for the Patreon and then didn't get to use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although we probably should have had some Rambo tangent talk.
We should have.
I don't know why we didn't talk about the movie very
We
much.
should do just a Patreon episode on Rambo.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
We also should have talked about Rambo during the Rambo episode, though.
Well, yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
kind of missed that boat.
Right.
So, all right, here's another one. Hey, it's cool. 2 people used our website, the phone thing.
I like it.
Worked.
I like
Right.
it.
Dudes, what's up? It is Joe again. This time I'm calling because guess what? I went on the mobile website, I hit the phone, and I connected to you guys. Check that out. I just got done listening to the Rambo episode. Honestly, I haven't played the game from the screenshots and gameplay I saw on YouTube. I did not want to touch the game. So I apologize that I don't have any informative information for you. But the fact that the phone icon does work, it does allow me to call you guys, and that's a good thing because we should all be calling and leaving voicemails for you guys. We love the 2 dudes. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Nice.
Like it. Love it.
Joe calling in. We're going to have Joe on the show very soon, I think.
Yeah, I know.
We should get the schedules worked out.
I'm excited.
So we'll have those sweet, smooth, buttery vocals on our show.
We're just gonna let him talk.
Yeah, probably.
Could you just read a book? Actually, we'll let him read the manual.
Yeah, no, he's reading the manual on that episode, not me.
Right.
Not me.
Right.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
What's up, dude? It's Sean here. I'm just calling to say that I took offense to the fact that no matter who called it, wouldn't have as nice of a voice as Mr. Joe Copel. I like to think that I have a rather nice voice, and yeah, I just wanted to delay everyone's earwaves with that. But anyways, I'm just hanging out right now, just listening to the Castlevania episode. I'm very much so looking forward to the Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers episode. Love this game. Love the two-player aspect. Hiding crates, tossing some apples. The music's great. Very bright, colorful. Very awesome. Now, I do want to say, hopefully this makes it onto that episode. If it doesn't, apologize to everyone for, taking up your time. But anyways, Michael, Justin, thank you. Have a good rest of the show. Later, guys.
If you can believe it, I did play it on the Chip and Dale episode.
I know.
Usually I'm not very good at that.
Yeah.
But totally remembered to do it this time.
Yeah.
And I will say, Sean, you got a nice voice too. Actually, your voice, a little bit higher than Joe's, would probably complement his well on a podcast.
It would. Maybe they should.
If you guys ever want to do one
Yeah.
together. I think you actually live close together too. If
There you go.
So, I mean, somebody needs to join Joe's podcast.
Yeah.
At least for an episode, right?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Hey dudes, this is Dude Ivan calling. Doesn't need work. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the next game. As a pretty big fan of Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers TV show. Not so much the game, although I did enjoy it from time to time. Also got a retro trophy for you entitled You Thought It Was Just an Expression. And that's lose to the owl boss getting literally knocked over by a feather. Anyway. You have a good one, dudes. Bye.
Nice. That's a good one.
I like it.
And just for those who haven't listened to the Patreon episode yet, we did play a really funny call from Ivan on the Patreon episode.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, I've been waiting on it. We couldn't play it on the regular show because it's a little on the racy side. Not too bad, but
Yeah.
we thought it'd be best just to save for the Patreon. And I think Ivan heard it. So
Yes.
that's the best part. You like my cup, by the way?
Oh, owls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's winking at you.
Oh.
All right. Here we go. We got two more.
Okay.
Hi, hey, this is Dude Knopf here. I was trying to call the Two Dudes corporate office, but Bernice at the front desk, she transferred me to this automated system. So I don't know if I'm talking to the right people or not. Basically, I'm just calling because I need to change the name on my dude registration. It's not Jason Knopf anymore. It's Jason Fox. I tried sending a fax of my driver's license, the new one, over to the fax number you guys provided, but I just got a reply fax from a Genesis Gems or something saying I had the wrong number. So that's why I'm really hoping this call is getting through to the right people because it's FOX now, not KNOPP. That last name was just too awkward, so I changed. I also wanted to let you guys know that it makes me smile every time I get a shout out from you guys, and I'm really stoked that you're still enjoying the art that I provided for you guys. Once again, it was a pleasure working with you, and I hope we get to do something again together soon. And you know what? You guys can feel free to call me Dude, just like you do Dude Sean, Dude Jay, and all the others. You know, I can be Dude Fox or Fox Dude, whatever you guys saw to be fit. But yeah, if you could recognize my dude status every once in a while, that'd be cool too. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys a heads up back that I did notice you gave me the shout out there on the Top Gun episode. I think it was a Top Gun episode anyway. And yeah, I'll be in touch soon. If you guys need anything else, feel free to give me a contact and keep on doing what you're doing. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.
I like Fox Dude.
Fox Dude? Yeah, okay. I like Fox
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
We'll go with Fox Dude. I will also say that sorry, Bernice. Sorry about Bernice. She's like that sometimes. She's got a thing. She's kind of a feminist, you know. So
Okay. Yeah.
and her way of acting out against that and being a feminist is to just not do a very good job as a secretary, you know. 'Cause she's like, women, you know, women aren't always secretaries. And we're
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you are our
runs the show.
secretary. So, you know, we can't burn these on the show. That would be a disaster.
Yeah.
And we don't have a fax, so I'm not sure who you're faxing to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
No fax. But okay, we'll stop using. So I'm asking you now, dude, or Fox dude, is it Fox Graphics now that we should be shouting out, or is it still not graphics? Or so just let us
Fox
know.
Dude Graphics.
Fox dude graphics. That sounds great to me. Fox dude graphics.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
who did our logo. By the way, the guy that just called did our
Yeah.
logo. We're very, very appreciative of
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, we do need to shout him out more. I feel like we got a little lax on that because he did do a really good job and didn't ask for anything really.
Hmm.
We sent him a hat. All right, one more call.
Mike and Justin, they're the dude. Mike and Justin, talk Nintendo. So I saw on Facebook. Well, I guess I should introduce myself first, as if you don't already know. It's Dude Jorgensen. Dude Jay, call it it. I saw on Facebook you guys are doing Chip-In Day for the Nintendo. It was a fantastic game, and I don't remember a lot about the game because it was probably 20-something years ago when I played it. But I know that Justin put me on blast like 4 episodes ago because I hadn't called in a while. And so I just decided, maybe I should just, make him happy and call in. And so here I am. But in my defense, I've asked you guys like 2 questions in the last year. You never bothered to answer them. So I want to put you guys on blast and say, what are your 3 worst Nintendo games? And B, what's your favorite world in Super Mario Bros. 3? Because you said you were going to get to them, and you never did. So, yeah. Bye-bye.
I feel like we did answer the second one. Favorite world in Super Mario Bros. 3.
Yeah. Definitely
So-
8.
Yeah,
love
definitely
that.
8. 8. World 8's my favorite because it just everything just changes.
Mhm.
The way the game's played just changes.
Mhm.
The
3
scrolling
words.
level.
I have to take some time to think about that.
So you could tell you'll get back to him on that one.
Yeah, we get back to you on that, Jay. Although I do like the theme song you gave us.
I was about to say we now have a new theme song.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of introing the show with the game theme song, game theme music, we may just play Jay's
Yeah.
theme song over and over.
Right. Okay.
All right. I'll go and tell you one of my worst favorites is that's all for the calls.
Okay.
One of my worst favorites is, but we can do the 3 worst of the ones we played, right? That'd be easy. Instead of 3 total worst. Deadly Towers was terrible.
Right. That's on mine.
Friday
Friday the 13th.
the 13th is pretty terrible. Also, I'll
Yeah.
put that one down there.
We've had to have played some more LJN games.
Yeah. Oh boy. I'm looking at the list here. I really wasn't a big fan of Defender of the Crown myself, now that I'm looking back. Nightmare on Elm Street, that game was terrible.
Oh, yeah. Really was.
Oh, Power Punch 2.
Oh, yeah.
That one and Deadly Towers are definitely my two least favorite that we played.
Yeah.
And then I would just throw in probably Friday the 13th because Nightmare on Elm Street was a little bit better than Friday the 13th. Thank you.
Great pod.
It's a great pod.
All right.
That's it for the phone calls.
All right, let's run through some Facebook feedback.
Okay.
Okay, so Tommy Rudd says, very fun co-op experience. Clever the Great says, yes. Gabe Van Gilder says, I own it, but only played it a little. Great game.
Well, that's blasphemy.
What?
Owning this game and just playing a little bit.
Yeah, it is true.
Might as well get your $15.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with the game.
No.
I'm sure he's been a listener long enough to know that we're just messing with him. I hope.
Yeah. Well, and we just put him on blast like an episode or two ago about
Playing
heel.
Genesis games.
Yeah.
It's true. We did, didn't we? Like the Genesis version of Rambo, right?
Yes. Okay. Greg Polander says, really fun game, like the other Disney games that Capcom made. Very challenging toward the end. Not quite as good as DuckTales, but it's still a very solid game. Adam Malone says, super fun. Difficult with 2 players, but still fun. Daniel Walker says, I absolutely love this game. This is one of those games that brings me right back to my childhood. Every time I play it, I watch the show religiously, and I remember renting this game from our local Video Express. On top of that, it's a Capcom game, so it's a great game to play to boot. David Wagner says, one of my favorite NES titles. Joey Owajane says, this game was a lot of fun. Classic Capcom title. I love the music, the graphics, the feel of the whole game. Very entertaining how you could pick up boxes and just chuck them really fast. And the enemies would go off flying off screen like Looney Tunes characters. LOL. I love that you get stars on your head, too, every time you get hit in the head. A game that would start off pretty easy and get pretty hard near the end, but certainly beatable and extremely enjoyable. Lots of memories from the late 80s. Peter Martin says, I never played this, but heard so much about it. It is definitely on my games to buy list. Go buy it, James. Or Peter. James. Sorry, Peter.
Go buy it, James.
Yeah.
Buy it too.
Yeah. Jason Fox, who we just heard from on the voicemail, said, Fox Dude, sorry. This was another game that really showed the care and attention that went into the collaboration between Capcom and Disney. This game really stayed true to the show and was a real treat to play for me as a kid who watched it every day on TV. It also helped that this was kid-friendly and didn't require a lot of trial and error to figure out what to do. Very fun to play, even today. Sean Muldowney says, Dude Sean says, fun and polished. Is that even a surprise considering that it's a Capcom game? Love the co-op aspect. Huh?
You're it.
Train.
It's made it.
It made it. Sweet.
Yes. All right, sorry. I feel like that's like the highlight of our episodes now.
It really is.
Whenever
really
the train makes it from your house to mine or vice versa.
Yeah.
Just my day.
All right, so Sean Muldowney says, fun and polished. Is that even a surprise considering that it's a Capcom game? Love the co-op aspect. The controls rock. 2 dude thumbs up.
I guess that's 2 out of 4 then, right?
I guess.
We have 4 thumbs.
I guess he didn't really like that game. So Ivan says, a cute game with good music. Didn't enjoy it as much as DuckTales, but a good game nonetheless. Mark Davenport said, great game. Rob McCollum says, a hashtag McCollum fave. Did he just create his own hashtag?
Can you do that?
I guess so.
All right.
Ryan R. You're going to start using a McCollum fave.
Yeah. Hashtag McCollum fave.
We should, just on a bunch of stuff on Facebook. Just
stuff that's not good, too.
Hashtag McCollum fave. All right. Ryan R. Jackson said, loved this game as a kid. Hiding in boxes was epic. Joshua Witt says, great 2-player co-op game. Paul J. Powers says, one of my all-time favorite NES games, fun and challenging. One of the first 2-player at the same time while side-scrolling games for the NES that I can think of. Hiding in boxes, heavy apples, zipper for the win. Trevor Franklin said, what?
Zipper for the win.
Yeah.
You make a great broadcaster.
Trevor Franklin said a game that my brother and I rented more times than I can remember. Because of this game, we were disappointed when any game didn't offer a sweet cooperative mode.
I felt the same way. I did. I remember after I played this game, every time I play a game, I'd be like, do I have a sweet 2-player co-op side-scrolling?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I mean, you don't understand. This game is, it's in its co-op mode. I would put it up there slightly below Contra.
Yeah.
That's how good the co-op is. No, I mean, the game itself is not as good as Contra, but the co-op plays as well as slightly below Contra.
And Gail Wilson rounds us out with enjoyed the TV show growing up. And she was our fan from Bendigo, Victoria in Australia.
Oh, Australian.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, I noticed that Mandy did not even comment on her own episode. I guess she didn't feel like she needed to.
Yeah.
That's fine. All right. We do have our sole Google Pluser over here.
Yeah.
He says, Ryan says, I remember this one. Haven't thought about it in 25 years. So I'm looking forward to it.
Sweet.
So he basically hasn't thought about it since it came out.
Yeah.
Basically.
Thought about it once. Hadn't thought about it again.
So maybe he doesn't like it. All right. So I guess we don't have any emails.
Yeah.
I guess that rounds us out then.
All right. Well,
shout out the Retro Junkies. It's been a while since I put you to the test. My guess is you've forgotten all of them.
Close to it. Turtle Flakes. The Super Show is no longer active, right?
Well, it is. It's called Winging It.
Yeah, Winging It. Right. We have Genesis Gems.
No, don't mention that one.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Radical Retro Roundup podcast, which is our dude Joe.
The Joe's on our network now. That's true.
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars Nerd Unite. Yeah.
Star Wars Nerd Unite.
I was going to help you. A podcast for each of the different types of Atari systems.
Yes. The SNES podcast by our dude Greg.
Yep, dude Greg does that one.
Shoot. Oh, Retro Obscura. I almost
Retro
forgot
Obscura.
that one.
Don't forget that one.
I'm out.
Okay. There's also our Brooklyn Bites.
Yeah.
Pixel Tunes Radio. No Quarter. 10 Pence Arcade. The Toys R Us Report. Master System Masterpieces with our own dude Joe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I can think of.
All right. Well, you can find us
Did I say dude Joe again? Masterpieces?
I think you did.
Dude George. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dude George.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, all the social media. Go to our website, twodudesandannest.com, nesdudes.com, and nintendudes.com. And, of course, you can always call us by calling
775-773-8761 or 775-7-RETRO-1 or, and I feel like I have to do this now because we got 7 calls whenever I did. You can go on our website, our mobile website. In the upper right corner, click the little phone, and we know now that it will call us.
Right.
Or I guess I should say, we don't know if it will call us. Somebody please call us and see if it works.
Yeah. Let us know if it works.
Yeah. No, we do know that it works now, thanks to all these calls, and we appreciate that. So, but don't let this just be the start of your calls. Just helping us out. You helped us out. You let us know that it works. And now you know that it's fun to call. You get your call on the air. We play it. We talk about it. We answer your question, or defer
push it to
the time.
Another time when you'll call back and remind us to answer your question.
Yeah, we do that sometimes. But anyways, that's it. I'm starting to get hungry. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me too. All right.
All right, until next time, here's the music to next week's game, or Bye 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 by NSYNC in 8-bit format.
Yep. Bye, everyone.
See ya.